Morning. Let's take a check of how the equity markets are faring. About an hour or so into trade today, it's flat almost across the board. You have the Nifty 50 that's trading very close to its all-time highs. It's at 16,555 and it's flat with a very slight negative bias at this juncture. You have the mid-cap index that's gaining about 0.2% at this point, and you have the small-cap index that's almost completely unchanged from the previous close. Now, what are the factors that are playing out right now? A number of countries have reported a spike in COVID-19 cases, and in fact there is a fear that the Delta variant of the COVID-19 virus is playing spoilsport in the economic recovery in a few geographies. Take for example China, where data has pointed to the possibility of slower than expected recovery in economic activity. That's yet to play out here in India. Things are looking good on the ground here in India, with restrictions actually easing out further and the case count coming in at about 25,000 in the 24 hours to 8 a.m. So all of that is sort of weighing into how the equity markets are placed right now. Just remember that we're at close to all-time highs and perhaps a trigger for some stocks to see a little bit of profit taking. In terms of what sectors are doing well today, quite a few of the defensives, in fact, the traditional defenses. I do not know if you can continue to call IT a defensive considering what it's done in the recent past. But the FMCG index is up as much as 0.7%, IT is up over 1%, and Pharma is doing particularly well as well. It's up about 0.9% in trade. The banking index, Nifty Bank, is down about 1% or so. Auto is down as much as 0.8%. And the others also not doing particularly well. So media is down 0.5%. Metals is not doing too much in trade, down about 0.1% or so. And that's pretty much how it looks. The realty index is also down about 0.1%. In terms of the key movers on the Nifty 50, that's more or less going to mirror what I just told you in terms of the sectors that are outperforming. You have Tech M, that is the biggest gainer on the Nifty 50 at this juncture, up as much as 4%. Tata Consumer up as much as 2.9%. Cipla gaining 1.7%. HUL, Nestle, Sun Pharma, Asian Paints, Britannia, all names that fall within that ambit. And I read down the list, I see Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, TCS, HCL Tech, Infi, Wipro. So a very clear trend towards companies and sectors that do well irrespective of market cycles usually, and that seems to be playing out. So perhaps a little caution is warranted. You've seen a little bit of cooling off in the sentiment as far as the broader markets are concerned. The primary market again pointing to only 1 out of 4 seeing a stellar listing day in yesterday's session. So might just warrant taking a little bit of a cautious approach and picking stocks wisely. Stocks that stand out as leaders perhaps is what a lot of market experts are suggesting you should do.